So today I'm going to be reviewing, not removing, but reviewing the Summer Waves robotic pool cleaner. I've used underwater vacuum cleaners for many years, and I've had an above ground pool for many years. But the ones I've had were actually either ran through the pump system. And don't worry about all my crazy hose management here, but they ran through the pump system, or they were kind of a handheld device that you would put on one of your skimming poles, like a pool blaster that looks more like almost like a handheld vac that you connect to a skimming pole. I wanted something that was hands-free. I didn't have to worry about it. I just wanted to drop it in the pool and let it do its thing. But I didn't want to spend, hundreds to thousands of dollars for a robot pool cleaner, because number one, they're hundreds to thousands of dollars, extremely expensive. And I've got a 18-foot above ground pool. I don't need to spend that amount of money on something just to clean the pool. So I found this little gem on Walmart, and it's actually made by Poly Group. So the interesting thing is that there's another one that I found on Amazon. I believe it's made by a pie. I'm sure I'm butchering the name. I'll put the actual name in the review. And it looks exactly like this one, literally exactly like this one. The color scheme is a little different, but the design of it is exactly like this cleaner. So I suspect that somebody copied somebody, and or there is some factory maybe in China that is pumping these out and they're just slapping their labels on them. Nonetheless, this review really would apply for either one of those products, because like I said, they're identical. They look absolutely the same. We're going to take it apart here in a minute. Actually, I'm going to set up a table and then we'll take it apart, and we'll show you how that operates, and then we'll drop it in the pool and let it do its thing. Yeah, this guy's pretty easy to take it apart. You have these 4 clips that just snap off, and then the whole top side comes out, and we'll put this inside here to show you the type. But anyway, when you drop it into the pool, you're going to press this power button here on the bottom, and it's going to give you, I believe it says 10 seconds before the system actually turns on and the pump starts running on it. But essentially what it does is it will skim across the bottom of your pool on the wheels, on the wheelbase here, and whatever direction it's going, right, it's got jets that shoot out water in 2 different directions. So it will skim across your pool. When this jet is going, it's going to be shooting water out the back. It'll be coming in, it'll be going across the pool in this direction. When it hits a wall, this handle on the top, due to the centripetal force, yeah, I'm using $2 words, it hits, and that's probably the wrong word to use, but it's going to hit the wall. When it hits the wall, so see what happens with the handle, it shoots this way, which basically forces a valve or a switch inside to say, oh hey, I've hit a wall on this side here. So now what it does is a couple seconds later, this valve will turn on and it will shoot across in the opposite direction. Now you're wondering, okay, this thing's going to go in a straight line back and forth in my pool, and it's only going to clean one line. No. They actually designed it with in the way the wheels are. There's different adjustments inside the wheel casing. So you've got this side, which has, I don't know if you can see the letters, but there's a B and C letter. On this side, there's an A and C letter. So depending on the shape and size of your pool, and it's all explained in the instructions, you choose the right letter combination. And what that does is that only allows these 2 wheels to either like skew or turn in a particular direction, or stay straight. Like in my case, because I've got an 18-inch round pool, I put it on B on this side and A on this side, and it forces both of these wheels to lock in place, so they don't turn at all. However, yeah, so I guess none of these turn at all. But anyway, you know, they designed it in a way so they lock into a particular place, and then it forces the robot to kind of take a pattern inside the pool, like this zigzag pattern or circular pattern, depending on what you're doing. This works perfectly for my pool. It's pretty ingenious. I'm sure there was mathematics involved when they designed this thing to figure out, you know, the right patterns to work, but it works very well. So make sure you read the instructions. So the concept behind this is pretty simple, right? There's a motor in here that creates a vortex, and it's sucking water from the bottom of the vacuum system in through a filter. So if you look at the bottom of this guy, see there's vents there. So as it's going across the bottom of your pool, it's sucking water and whatever debris is on the bottom of your pool in here, which is going into this area here, which basically stores all that junk, right? And then this filter sits here, so it leaves all the garbage on the bottom of the pool inside the bottom casing of this vacuum, and it lets the water go through into the pump, and then the pump shoots it out of whatever vent it's using, you know, for whatever direction it's going. So it actually does a good job of filtering the water as it comes through. It's pretty fine mesh on here. I don't know how well you can see the detail in there, but it's a fairly fine mesh. So unless it's, you know, really microscopic particles, they're not going to get through. And I can tell you, I waited several months to do this review specifically for this reason, because I wanted to test this and make sure that that it worked the way the manufacturer said it was going to work. I'd never used a specific, you know, this style of vacuum before, so I wasn't, you know, acquainted with it. And, you know, a lot of times these systems don't work the way they're purported. This little guy, I'm going to tell you, it's awesome. This was definitely worth the money. If you can buy the this version, the Summer Waves version, or the API or API, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, I gotta look it up, version that is basically, you know, identical to this robot here, buy it if you've got an above ground pool. And even if you got a regular pool, I don't know, it probably works with, I mean, it's designed for both, but definitely for an above ground pool, this is a great purchase, and it doesn't cost $400 or $500 like some of the other robots out there. Now, you know, there are companies like Apai makes this one, and they make a bunch of other versions that do cost, you know, up to $1,000, and they're different robots and much more robust robots. I don't know how long this product is going to last. I don't know how long the battery is going to last. I can tell you that I've been using it for several months, and I've seen no degradation in battery. The battery runs, and I'm going to time it again today, but I want to say that the battery runs 30 to 40 minutes in the pool, and it does an awesome job of cleaning the pool. So I'm going to snap. Actually, is there anything else that I need to show you about this guy? Not really, other than just cleaning it. When I get done, I pull it out of the pool. Be right back. That was fast, wasn't it? So it comes with this hook to pull it out of the pool. So you have to supply your own pole, obviously, but you can put it on any of your Skinner poles. But basically, the way that works is when it gets done, it's going to basically kind of hit a wall, and it's going to stop. And you're just going to reach in the pool with this guy, and you're going to hook it, and you're going to pull it out of the pool, and then you're going to go clean it. All right, so it's pretty simple. They thought of everything when they designed. They thought of everything when they designed this this particular cleaning robot vacuum. And all I do is I just take it, I hose it down, get any stuff that's in here. I open up the jet valves, and I clean these guys out. Just spray water in there, just make sure there's no stuff in there. So basically, any opening, in there, I just kind of clean it out. You take the screen out, and you spray down the screen, get all the particulate matter. This looks great, right? I've been using it for almost 3 months, and that screen looks brand new. And of course, you spray out the inside. You want to dump all the garbage out, and that's good. It also comes with 2 little rubber fins that you can put on here, which stick out maybe a couple of millimeters out of the bottom. So they'll act like a little sweeper handle to kind of help sweep things in there. I didn't put that on mine because unfortunately I do have a few little tiny wrinkles in the bottom of my pool, and I found that those rubber sweepers will catch on the rubber on the wrinkle on the bottom of the pool, and it will cause it to shoot in erratic directions when it hits those wrinkles. So I didn't put that on there, and it works just fine without the little rubber feet. And I read some other reviews on this thing, and some of the folks were complaining about the same thing. So if you've got a regular pool, like an in-ground pool that's made out of fiberglass or tile or whatever, you can probably put the rubber feet on there. Or even above ground pool, and you have no wrinkles in the actual pool fabric, you can probably put the rubber I'm gonna say feet, they're not feet, the little rubber flaps on the bottom here, and it will probably work just fine for you. For me, it doesn't. So I took it off. So anyway, putting this guy back together, just make sure that you're aligning this correctly. If you're gonna notice, let me show it on this side here. You notice this has the plastic piece goes all the way across, but over here it doesn't have a plastic piece. This is keyed, so it only goes on in one direction. If you try to force it, you're gonna snap. You're gonna snap these guys off, okay? Because it only goes on in one direction. So you have to make sure and align that little piece, the little open piece, with the little keyed tooth that is here, right? So there's a keyed tooth there, no key here. So pretty simple. Just make sure you pay attention, because if you try to force it, you're going to break it, and then you're going to be out a fair good amount of money. Yeah, so let's talk about how much this guy costs. So anyway, I put this back on, snap, 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 and snap. All right, so the Summer Waves version, which is the Walmart version, and I'm sure there's other vendors out there that carry it, made by Poly Group, seems to sell for over $200, $250. The Pi version sells for a little bit more, sometimes up to $300. I actually got this as an amazing deal. I think somebody had purchased it, and then Walmart did their typical, oh, they returned it, it looks new, and it did look brand new when I bought it. We'll just put it back in the package and we'll pretend that it's new. But there was one in a store 30 minutes away from my house. It's the only one I could find in the store, and it was like literally $100 less than everybody else was selling it. So I ended up getting this for like $140, which is an amazing deal for it, instead of, I think it was normally like $230, $220, $230, something like that. Once again, for the Summer Waves version. The Pi version is a little bit more expensive. It's definitely worth $130. In my opinion, this is definitely worth $250, just because it's so easy to use. Literally, you just drop it, you turn on the power button, you drop it, and it does its thing. So if you're in the market for a robot vacuum that's not going to break the bank and work well, this is it. So I'm going to get a little video for you of it, scooting around the bottom of the pool. It actually kind of looks a little cute doing it, like a little underwater crab guy just crawling around the bottom of your pool, and it does a really good job of cleaning the pool. Right, so we're back. It's done cleaning. It ran for 48 minutes, which is not bad. Can you hear that? So that's letting you know that the battery is low and it's time to get out. And just as I said earlier in the video, when the battery was too low, it basically parked itself on the edge of the pool. And it's smart. It knows when there's enough battery left. It's not going to try to park itself in the middle of the pool where you have to like really reach out there and get it. So it parked itself in the edge. I was able to reach in with the hook and get it out. So now we're going to pop it open, and we're going to see what it collected. And the pool was actually somewhat had more debris than usually is in the pool. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off so we don't get this annoying beeping the whole time. So just press it and turn it off. So you see there the screen has kept that small stuff from going through and getting shut out of the vents. Taking the screen off, you can see it's fairly dirty and it's caught, and you can tell that like that matter, that particulate matter is pretty small in there, stuff that is captured and gunk that was on the bottom of the pool. And, you know, here's the proof. Look at all those goodies they got from the bottom of the pool. Now, you know, this isn't going to capture everything, and like I said, I've been using it for several months. Usually it will get 95% of what's on the bottom of the pool. Easy to clean now. I'm just going to take it over and spray it down and just, you know, spray all this stuff out of there and then let it dry, and then I'll let it charge. It takes about 4 hours to fully charge. So I've got I got outlets in my shed. I just plug it in and let it do its thing. The charge port is on the bottom. There it is. Okay, well, that's pretty much it for this review. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's useful. And I hope this Summer Waves remote cordless vacuum cleaner works well for you too.